Звук тусовки. Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья. Продолжаем прохождение нашего котика. А именно Blacksad Under the Skin. Специальное издание для PlayStation 4 сквозь баги к сюжету. Так, что у нас тут есть на столе? Камера. Весь мозг выезд. А вот. Все, что ли? А я думал. Странно, что нельзя открыть сейф, потому что мы видели пароль на вход в Wildberries. Я думал, что мы можем вскрыть сейф, но, видимо, нет. Нам придется страдать. Рыбоньки. Ну, это определенно пасхалочка. Так. Это мы все исследовали. Чё ты не можешь? Неужели надо снова исследовать эту записку про Wildberries? Потому что, иначе я не понимаю, что мне еще надо. Мы нашли какие-то вещи. И, собственно говоря, все. А стол, кстати, изучить нельзя, мне интересно. Нет, смотри-ка. Нельзя. Чем тогда лампа? Не знаю. Ой. Сложные, конечно, игры. Нет, мы определенно не можем ничего сделать с сейфом. Хотя, если честно, я думал, что я знаю адрес сейфа. Ну окей. Пойдем. Да.
Jake. Someone was coming.
Are we or are we not exemplary workers, Jimmy? Here it is, middle of the night. And we're working extra hours. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about that?
I think he's scared stiff, Desmond.
Why's that, Jimmy? We're giving you the red carpet treatment. We even let you in the boss's office.
You're one lucky fellow.
You can't say I don't treat you well, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Speak, you moron.
Yeah, very well. Why are you...
Shh. Calm down. How long have you worked for me, Jimmy?
3 months. 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I hired you right after your cousin Martin died.
Будем ли мы
I need your opinion. How would you punish
помогать
someone for ruining an
этому
innocent
чуваку или
man's
нет?
life with a hit
Как
and
думаете,
run,
ребята?
Jimmy?
I don't know.
And tell me, what about you, Wilson? What would you do?
No, please. I didn't do anything. I swear.
Нас сейчас запалят.
He was a good guy. Of course, you already knew that. You knew him better than me, right?
He was my cousin.
That's why I hired you, Jimmy. You see, Martin was a dear friend. And his widow said you were a nice kid. That you do a good job, and you needed the money. And I have a soft spot for those in need.
Please.
But, You know what? I talked to her just yesterday. She told us you did some naughty things to her with that gun, Jimmy.
No.
That's no way to treat a widow, is it?
Серьезно?
She's lying. Why would I do that?
Ну, мы не будем лезть.
What about the kid? Are you so sure you know how long a kid can hold his breath? With his little head inside a toilet bowl?
Son of a bitch.
I didn't want to. It was his idea.
Я не буду ничего делать.
Selfishly, I was glad I hadn't risked my life to save Jimmy. Maybe not even someone like him deserves to die. But one could also argue that I didn't deserve to die for someone like him.
Who's your boss? Give me a name!
Cassidy, it was his idea. He said you'd hired me if I'd managed to scare the widow, and I just...
All right. Let's just calm down now. Okay? It's gonna be okay. There are two sacred principles that rule my life. The first principle is the love for my family. I'd do anything to protect them. The second principle, I never put my future in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe. And I would even add a third principle, or better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two crucial principles, I take matters into my own hands. You see where this is going? For the first time I got someone killed, even though all I really did was rat him out.
No, I just...
Stop interrupting me, Jimmy! It's not polite! You're all the same. So rude. You know what? Let's leave it at that. You're going to give a message to that disgusting walrus Cassidy, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Yeah, sure.
Good boy.
What's the message?
Oh, Jimmy. You still don't get it, do you? You are the message. Come on.
О,
Wrap him
это
up.
уже срок.
Make sure Cassidy gets the message for breakfast, will you? I hope he chugs on it.
Got it.
Ну, в принципе, правильно, что мы не ставим помогать.
Where are you hiding, little fishy? Once again, you didn't get to hear the end of my story.
Hey, pussycat!
Наркомания. Ну окей.
What? Just where do you think you're going, putty cat?
Хотя бы так. Может, конечно, стоило напасть.
Two sacred principles rule my life. The first is the love I feel for my family.
Не успел.
The second,
You
I
always
always
play it
play it.
safe.
You think you're funny, don't you, Blacksad?
Fuck.
Two sacred principles rule my life.
The
The
love you
I
feel for your
feel
family.
for... What is going on today?
Блин, ну, видимо, надо молчать. Ну, либо сказать про Ирландию.
Two sacred principles rule my life.
The
The
love
love
you
I
feel for
feel for...
Ireland.
What is going on today?
Ну, пускай болтает. Окей, ой. Пускай болтает. Хрен с ним.
Two sacred principles rule my life. The first is the love I feel for my family. The second, never leave destiny in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe. And I'd even add a third principle, or better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two I take matters into my own hands. The first time that someone died because of me, even though all I did was rat him out, well, that guy ended up in the Hudson River, right off Pier 27. He's got to be even wetter than that fish by now. You should have seen his face.
It's interesting what comes to mind when you think you're about to die. Suddenly, all I could think about was how much I wanted a pet fish.
You too, Brutus? Anyway, I was 14 years old, and I still dream about him, about his widow and his son.
By then, I was adamant about buying a fish. But first...
That was that. Never again.
Nowadays, whether it's me who pulls the trigger or not, I have zero regrets. What's more, I sort of enjoy it.
In case anyone had any doubts about who's the boss around here, I'll put my dirty feet on his luxurious table to prove that all of this is mine. When a mob boss declares his love of family, it can only mean that A, he won't hesitate to ruin yours, and B, he's cheating on his wife.
Ну, вообще-то нет, еще есть Эллен Мур.
The guy never hesitates to pull the trigger. Even if I hadn't seen what he did to Jimmy, I'd know he's not bluffing.
В принципе, хорошо, что мы с ним не связались.
His pupils are dilated, and there's a slight grin on his face. The bastard is enjoying himself. I knew I had it in me to get out of that place alive.
Говорить про его измену. Аленариус. Доминирование. Где про Мун? Да.
No. O'Leary's wife is having an affair with Colbert? Should I serve this to O'Leary on a silver platter? Or threaten Colbert so he'll get me out of this mess?
And, well, that's it, I think. You know, Blacksad, I never made it this far. Congratulations, you're going in style.
I didn't want to interrupt you because I respect you and your word. Colbert told me to come here.
What? Me? No way!
You did what? Colbert? When?
Well,
Yeah, remember? When I called you on the phone. Don't you remember that cocky drunk guy?
no.
Опять чужую жену охотился.
He kept bragging about how he was banging another guy's wife.
Oh? Oh, yeah. Weird times, huh?
Yeah, and you congratulated me for finding Yale and saving your life.
Several times.
Then I asked you if O'Leary would thank me somehow.
And I thought it was a very reasonable assumption.
And then you told me to come here to ask the boss himself.
Yeah. I think you deserve it. Right, Desmond?
Oh, Blacksad, Blacksad, Blacksad. Thank you. And sorry for jumping to conclusions. First, you get a random beating from Wilson. And now this. Although you have to admit, I had my reasons to be suspicious. You ran away from Yale's apartment, didn't you? But as you well know, you can't trust anyone in this world. Take it. It's only fair.
Я хочу сделку, я хочу делать ставку. Я найду достойный понятое имени Сони, да, хочу делать ставку, мне нужны ваши деньги. Ладно, возьми.
Thanks. I'll make good use of it.
Ой, нет.
A word of advice.
Не надо было брать.
Make bad use of it.
Это теперь
It's more
компромат же.
fun.
Фак, ну ладно. Просто если бы мы бы отказались брать деньги, это бандос они могли бы и завалить.
Oh, Blacksad. Aren't these odd hours to pay me a visit? Your message was important, but certainly not urgent. It could have waited until tomorrow, don't you think?
We cats and wolves hunt at night.
Ну, конечно, взяв деньги, у нас появился компромат, но... По крайней мере, мы ушли живым.
I wish I was a noir fiction writer. At this very moment, I could write a couple of pointed, ironic remarks for the narrator to recount what I just lived through. The dark, crooked alleys of New York reminded me of the state of my own soul. No. Fall loomed over me with the... Fall struck me with the full force of my long-lost youth. Nah, not that. Fall descended over me with the full weight of a guilty conscience. God, that's worse.
What were you thinking? He wants him alive!
Ну.
I felt falls seep through my bones like the pain of a good beating. Mediocre, but appropriate.
Хотя, с другой стороны, то, что мы взяли деньги, мы же взяли не за какую-то услугу. Так что... Может быть, это и не повод для шантажа.
Against all odds, next morning I got up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And I had my kind, unknown assailants to thank. The beating had taken its toll, but for the first time in months, I had slept like a baby.
Oh, come on, Helen, focus! All right, take 5. We'll work on that double backhand later.
Федеральное бюро котиков.
Well, Mr. Blackmore, what can I do for the FBI?
Откуда у него это? Подумайте.
Cooperate with law enforcement. All you have to do is talk.
I'd like to speak through my actions, but still, could you be more specific?
Конечно, могу.
Maybe if we could speak in private?
Alec!
Coming!
You've got 4 minutes, Mr. Blackmore, so... make them count.
We know about you and Desmond O'Leary.
Wow, the FBI sure knows what it's doing. So, out of the 100 million Americans who know about that, who did you extort to get such highly confidential information?
The thing is, well...
You see, I'd love to wipe out that part of my past, but whatever.
Do you have any regrets?
Ads pay more than trophies. Can you believe it? Being associated with such a shady character can only damage my reputation. Trust me, never get involved with a married man.
Ложные отношения со Стоуном, договорные игры.
We're aware of at least 6 rigged games during your first year as a professional player.
And?
You won all of them.
Are you trying to offend me? I give my all on the court. I can't be held accountable if my rivals don't do the same. Go interrogate them. In any case, now I know why you mentioned O'Leary.
Ложные отношения со Стоуном.
They say you're currently involved with Al Stone, the boxer. Is that correct?
Wow, your sagacity never ceases to amaze me.
Don't beat around the bush. We know why you're with him.
Oh, so you like his biceps too?
Desmond O'Leary asked you to seduce Stone. Why?
What? No, I met Al by chance at a party. A party hosted by Desmond O'Leary. No, that can't be. No one is that shrewd. Not even him. Damn, I hate that bastard. Anyway, now I get why you brought up the rigged games and your obsession with O'Leary. What do you really have against him? And don't say illegal gambling.
Работает с бандой из Чикаго.
We've got reason to believe he's working with the Chicago mob. This isn't just illegal gambling anymore. It's organized crime. I'm serious, Miss Moore. America can't afford to let anyone shake its foundations like that. And America's sweetheart can't afford it either. Help us out. Talk to us.
And why should I, Mr. Blackmore? What do I stand to gain or lose?
The FBI always returns a favor.
Oh yeah? Are they gonna rig my games? This is actually quite simple.
Что-то еще быстрее.
One lucky gal.
Лири.
You have a light, sir?
The pearly white teeth of someone who barely smokes. Am I making her nervous? Damn. I'm almost out of fluid.
Wanna know my trick? Go down to start, then up with it, and then down again.
Опа.
Will I get to smoke today?
Покуришь. Да как
Will I
это
get to
делается-то?
smoke today? Will I get to smoke today?
Господи.
Don't worry, I'm not making any assumptions about your masculinity. Don't worry, I'm not making any assumptions about your masculinity.
Господи.
Thanks. I don't know what you
Да
want
я
me
знаю,
to
я
say.
вижу, куда вниз, не нажимался просто.
You're trying to frame O'Leary, perhaps rightfully so, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree. Believe me, if I had the
Баги,
slightest...
они самые.
Time to work on your backhand. Let's go.
Наш котяра, багованный.
Do you smoke? Nice meeting you, Mr. Blackmore. Did you bring my water?
America's sweetheart gave you her cigarette? Dear God, she has the hots for you. I can't believe you said good old weekly to investigate that stupid walrus while you were hanging out with Helen Moore herself. So, what do you say, you and me, we change places next time, huh?
Your turn. Now tell me, what did you find out?
You're gonna love this. You ready? I've got news, but I happen to also have a
Blacksad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blacksad.
Huh? Oh, Mrs. Colbert.
А, носорога.
Woke me up this morning with roses and breakfast in bed. He said he had a scare last night, although he won't give me any details, and that he's been thinking about me ever since. He wants to take me to Niagara Falls for a second honeymoon.
That's nice, but I don't know why you're thanking me.
Are you kidding? Remember how I doubted him, but you made me change my mind? If he had suggested to take me to Niagara Falls when I still suspected him, I would have thought it was just a cover. Or worse still, a way to clean his conscience.
Радуйтесь.
Well,
Пускай радуется.
I only did my job as honestly as I could. Enjoy your marriage. I hope you and your husband are happy.
Вылезать чужие отношения. Дело такое.
Send me your bill when you can. You're a good man, Mr. Blacksad.
But what just happened? Is there anything you didn't tell me?
Maybe. But now it's your turn. Tell me about Cassidy. Come on, spit it out.
I didn't find anything suggesting that Cassidy had anything to do with Dunn's murder, but...
That's quite the tale.
But I know Cassidy will be playing poker tonight with one Howard M. Farnham II, a Texas tycoon looking to get his claws on the boxing business. I also know that he and Cassidy have never met in person, and that Farnham, who's staying at the Balford Hotel, hasn't left his room. Apparently, he spent the night with 3 bottles of bourbon. So, here's my incredible plan. I'll go to the hotel, I'd knock him out, and then take his place in the poker game. That way, I'll get Cassidy talking. What do you think? Incredible, right?
Didn't we agree that you would handle Helen more while I dealt with Cassidy next time? No?
Обломался, пеница. Игра в покер. Бедолага. Прям расстроился. Ну ничего, зато пускай со спортсменкой пощеголяет. Тоже дело полезное. Наверное. Ой, конечно, оптимизация. Ну ладно. Я так понимаю, что сейчас будет игра в покер, и главное будет себя не выдать в нуарном стиле. Где моя детективная шляпа? И мое умение курить, брошенное в феврале. Сейчас бы пригодилось для отыгрыша роли. О май! Этот костюмчик тебе идет, котяра. Лосяш. Лосяш-кругляш.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farnham.
What's going on?
Allow me to introduce myself.
Работаем Фрэнка Крейсини.
John Blackmore. I work for Frank Cassidy. He asked me to bring you these bottles so you could choose which one you prefer for the game.
Oh, sure. I was fixing to leave, but I guess them monuments ain't going anywhere. Well, come on in then.
Getting in Farnham's room was easy. Earning his trust was another story. But I always have an ace up my sleeve.
Blackmore? You okay, partner?
The best way to earn someone's trust is to make them believe they've earned yours. And sometimes, the best way to fake it is to tell the truth. I don't know where to begin. I accepted money I don't deserve. And now it weighs on my conscience.
Let me tell you something about life and business, son. Our Lord didn't separate his creation into rich and poor just for the fun of it. If a man has the money, that's proof enough he done deserve it. You hear what I'm saying?
One of the tricks of this trade is to be wary of the biases we all have. They cloud our judgment and blur the person in front of us, painting them with the shades of our preconceived notions of who they should be. But every once in a while, you run into someone so locked in personality that they can only be regarded as a stereotype. Farnham was a disgrace, not only to himself, but to Texas and the entire human race. To think I had to impersonate him. I wish I was like you. You seem so content, so free of burdens.
Stop right there, partner. You think this old dog don't have tits? Let me tell you something about my first wife. Woo-wee!
Once I had gained Farnham's trust, The hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him, and not get myself killed.
Сколько я помню, пароль был дикая вишня. Дикая ягода.
What can I do for you, sir?
Я пришел сюда.
Howdy. My name's Howard M. Farnham II.
Okay. Should I know you? What can I do for you, sir?
I'm here to play me some poker.
You got the wrong place, sir. Did you miss the barbershop sign above the door? You have a good evening, sir.
Come on.
Wait,
Серьезно? Взяли, прогнали нас. Нормально.
The hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him, and not get myself killed.
Ну окей, попробуем еще раз. Проблема в том, что я знаю пароль. Но как бы... Почему бы не назвать его сразу?
What can I do for you, sir?
Farnham was one hell of a drinker. I had to get the information out of him. Before he drank himself unconscious. Otherwise, I'd have to find that information myself.
За отведенное время, окей. Ё-моё.
Nothing says Texan like a cowboy hat.
Так, ну это шляпка. Я предполагаю, что надо порыскать по его карманам. Да, вот оно, приглашение. Битьё по-вьетнамски.
yes, I got a Vietnamese shave last time.
No, please, come in. Of course, I remember you. Take a seat.
Отыгрывает акцент техасский, говор.
I'm sure you'll understand we can't be too careful. Our host has many enemies, and someone has to keep them at bay.
Sure, I get it.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, please answer my question. How much does it cost to get yourself a clean Vietnamese shave?
Может попытаться вспомнить.
Yeah, sure enough, Booth put the nail on the coffin of my first marriage. You know, the wife that caught me cheating with the maid. My second marriage, too. You know what I did to her daddy? Same old with several mistresses. So I decided to stick to my guns and only deal with hookers. Even if I did end up marrying some.
I feel you, Mr. Farnham. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm Cassidy's slave. He lent me the money for a game deposit, and I lost it all. Now I have to work off my debt.
Oh, Cassidy's not your problem, son. It's poverty. Sure enough, I had to pay my own deposit this morning to y'all. And that was just petty cash to me.
Petty cash, to be honest.
I asked you how much.
Fuck.
Of course they gave me my receipt.
Who do you think I am, boy? Wait, I'll show you. I gotta get somewhere. Just a sec. I'll get it. I just put it over. I think I'll be right back.
Понятно, его срубило. А где же тогда чек? Здесь сильно чека нет. Блин, это не то. Да я не думал, что он вещи раскладывал.
Not even a Bible.
Фак. Куда он-то мог положить?
Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town.
Это есть чек? А, 20 тысяч.
Why didn't you just say you had the receipt in your pocket? I'm almost certain, but tell me, who told you to come to this barber shop?
Надо вспоминать.
Let me tell you a little secret about my first wife, sonny boy.
Скорее всего, сам Кэссиди.
When I met that woman, she had no manners, no money, no nothing. Who in the hell? Farnham. By God, if it ain't the hero of the day.
Быстрее.
It's not going to be easy to sound Texan, but I'll give it my best shot.
Это даже не то, что нелегко, это скорее нелепо. Рука.
I probably don't need to imitate his gestures during the game, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
Активно жестикулирует наш паренек. И что-то еще?
With this and that hat, I'll really look the part.
И все, что ли? Сэм Кэссиди, наверное.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy. God bless you, brother.
А кто такой Кенни?
The craziest goddamn Texan in New York.
My good old friend Kenny. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York.
You know how many Kennys there are in New York? Kenny who?
Fuck.
So besides when and where the game will be, the password, and the money Farnham dished out, what else do I need?
Как зовут его дружбана, знать надо, наверное.
Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town.
Ding Dong. Так, здесь ни черта нет. Тут ни хрена нет. Надо идти в туалет, значит. Опа.
They smell like a party.
Быстрее. Я понятия не имею, как у Кенни. Ну окей, какой тогда Кенни? Фак. Ну.
Luckily, there was only one Kenny in Farnham's address book. Kenny Eakes.
Kenny Eakes.
Residing at...
Cornell Plaza, Manhattan. Stunning penthouse.
I'm not surprised. Mr. Eakes has excellent taste. Do you happen to know what he asked for the last time he was here?
Серьезно? Высокую пытаться вспомнить, бритье по-вьетнамски. Лучше вспомнить. Попробовать, по крайней мере.
Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town.
А чё он мог спросить в прошлый раз? Тоже опять по-вьетнамски?
No matter how superficial someone may seem, there's always a way to win their heart.
Не успел.
Don't tell me, Billy Bob. This here is my new friend Fada. Am I right?
Вот что Тёльник раз собирался меня побрить.
Sure enough, your barber was fixing to give me a shave.
You can get a good shave at another time. Billy Bob is always at our beck and call.
Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's get in there before they finish all the bourbon without us.
I haven't frisked him yet, sir.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Mr. Farnham here, he's an honest Texan. And I'm sure he'll hand over his weapon if we ask him to. Right?
Sure, but you better take good care of my girl.
It'll be my pleasure.
Не успели мы подобрать последний этот. Это прям пытка.
Welcome, gentlemen. Chips are at the table and guns are in the safe. Now, we got a lovely night of poker ahead of us, full of smoking and bourbon. So let's get started. Take a seat, Mr. Farnham. Let me introduce you. To my right, wearing gray boxers and weighing in at 140 pounds, the owner of Pink Vice, the largest meat market in all of Manhattan.
In other words, a real son of a bitch. No offense to the women he exploits.
Our reigning champion, Oswald Quince.
A title I aim to keep, provided our new contender here doesn't interfere.
Sorry, partner. You ain't got a chance in hell. But look at it this way. You're fixing to learn new tricks.
For better or for worse, I only need one trick. Playing well.
The truth is that our friend Farnham owns the largest and, I dare say, most entertaining establishment in Texas.
Really? So we're colleagues then?
Yeah, you wish, Quince. He owns a casino.
Damn.
And it's not even in Austin or Dallas. It's actually in a little town called, what was it? Darn it. I looked it up the other day. Had a funny ring to it. I hate it when this happens.
I thought they moved all Texan casinos to Vegas, where gambling is legal.
No.
You mean Ding Dong, Texas?
Ding Dong! That's it.
Отлично.
Who'd ever think of a name like that?
Конечно, нужно держать некоторые вещи в
Well, casino or no casino, let's just hope he doesn't keep as many aces up his sleeve as the late Ventimiglia, huh?
Amen.
To my left, wearing brown boxers and weighing in at 396 pounds.
Frank, show some respect, huh?
The hospitality tycoon, Paulie... no.
Tycoon? I just own a small bar with pool tables. Clients drink close to nothing and play even less, but certain business transactions just couldn't happen anywhere else.
Блин, он что же про жену говорил?
Why don't I know your last name?
Because they took it away from me. You have no idea how good my ex-wife's lawyer is.
Women, they even take our damn names.
Сейчас бы главное не проколоться. Можно подумать, унесись выбор.
You're too much, Paulie.
When you're done sightseeing, why don't you drop by La Iguana for a game of pool, and I'll buy you a drink. But I have to warn you, my clientele isn't crazy about furry fellas such as yourself.
Ненавижу бильярд. Не помню.
Sorry, partner. I can't stand pool.
Well, then just come down to drink and drink some more.
Well, looks like Farnham won't be venturing into the pool hall business anytime soon. This guy here wants to start a boxing association in Texas. And guess who he's turning to for advice?
To be honest, several things got me worried, so I'd be much obliged for any counseling.
So, what worries you?
Rebel coaches like Joe Dunn.
Oh, I see you done your homework. That bastard wouldn't accept the most basic rules. For example, banning boxers from official competitions when the managers don't belong to my association. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm sorry for his death. But if they ever find the murderer, I'd be glad to pay his lawyer fees. Billy Bob, bring out the bourbon. We're drying up here. I'll deal. With a fresh deck, of course. We respect traditions in this establishment.
Poker is as boring as it is simple. All you need to do is read people's faces. And even the worst detective has that trick up his sleeve. The real issue is knowing what to play for when there's much more than just money at stake.
Damn it! What again?
How many games have you won, Farnham?
Mark my words. Farnham will be calling his wife before the night is over.
Ha! Oh, hey. By the way, did you guys hear about Kenny's wife? Pretty tragic, huh?
What happened?
Oh, playing bad luck. Hey, but Farnham, I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Сейчас закончится, я нажму паузу. Доболтают они, я поставлю на паузу.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy.
Чапа.
God bless you, brother.
Ты помнишь, что было с его женой?
The craziest goddamn Texan in New York. And the poor fella's already got enough on his hands now that his wife. Women just gotta have their vices. Well, she's in a rehab clinic now.
Это жена того чувака. Жена Кенни.
That's it! Tranquilizers! Don't tell me women don't have their vices, too! Bring out the bourbon, Billy Bob! Come on! Give me the bourbon!
Maybe I spoke too soon when I said that poker is easy for a good detective.
Ну, допустим, мы угадали.
Let's just say it's relatively simple. There's always someone ready to surprise you. Relatively speaking.
Well, I'll be damned! I don't believe this!
What happened, Farnham?
Beginner's luck doesn't last forever, and that's when the real champ comes in. I hope you're ready to lose it all, my friend.
Poor Farnham. Came looking to make big bucks in the city with his boxing, and he's gonna lose it all with poker.
I hope your counseling will make up for it.
Yeah, so how can I be of help?
Those there athletes hooking up with each other, like Al Stone and Helen Moore.
I see you subscribe to What's News. Yeah, my star boxer, the reigning champion. He's having an affair with America's sweetheart. Hey, I got nothing against those two idiots falling in love. Don't get me wrong, but it's taking a toll on his performance. I don't think he'll lose against Yale, but I'm starting to worry a bit. You happy now?
Sure thing. Although, there is something else.
Come on, spit it out. I want to play.
Все проболтать боксеры-убийцы. Нелегальные озорные, но боксеры-убийцы.
Homicidal boxers like Bobby Yale.
Ha! That's some piece of news, huh? Hey, I don't know if he did it, but the real problem is that the fight against my champ Stone might not even frickin' happen. The good news is that I've almost convinced the governor to let him out of prison on the day of the fight. Under police escort, that is. I bet you the audience gets a kick out of that. Come on, let's steal another hand before Quint's accused of trying to break the winning streak.
Ain't gonna happen. Gentlemen, I suggest you never tell your sons about this game, unless you want to lose their respect.
Wait, you mean our sons actually respect us?
I hear you. There's no way to set boys straight these days. They don't even respond to a good old beating.
I dare say Texan boys do respond to a good beating.
Hey, careful, Clint. You're talking to a pro. So, Kenny told me you had quite a house full.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
Жесть, я не помню. Что это? Попытаться вспомнить. Там что-то 20 детей.
No. That son of a bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day. Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. Unfortunately, I didn't break a sweat trying to save him.
Fuck. А, я думаю, это такое.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
По-моему, 20 он говорил. Ну давай-ка мы попробуемся вспомнить. Так будет безопаснее.
No.
Блин, кнопка очень
That
быстрая,
son of a
конечно.
bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day.
Я даже не успел кнопку нажать. Ты прикинь, как быстро.
Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. No, deserving or not, the man would live.
О, там что-то выпало. 20 детей, наверное. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. Шестеро.
6, well, that's something. I don't know how you deal with all of them.
All boys?
Does it have to be now?
Oh, never let Quince near one of your daughters.
Come on, Folly. Children are sacred. I won't lay a
Cassidy.
finger on them until they're 12. After that, well... let's just say... some men have needs that can only be met
Может, не
by
стоило,
a young
конечно.
girl that age. If you know what I mean. Are you alright, Farnham?
That damn eagle represents the lowest scum of our society.
Ну, конечно, прям большое сборище ублюдков.
There goes your winning streak, you sick bastard.
Давайте его сохранить его секрет. А, хер с ним. А, все хорошо.
Yes, I'm fine.
Now, what if that lovely 12-year-old girl was your sweet little niece, or my cousin Mike's niece? And what if she disappeared a while back? And what if she'd been taken to work uptown? In a brothel, huh? What do you think about that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Frank.
Don't you dare call me Frank. Billy Bob.
Обстановка начала накаляться.
It's 500 more. Huh. For washing up.
It's a deal. Sorry for the spectacle, fellas. I had no idea the game would end like this.
Ну, в принципе, такого
Please,
рода-то и не жалко.
take my tokens, and that flying scumbag's tokens as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some family matters to attend to. If you decide to go ahead with your new venture,
Call me, Farnham.
Your behavior at last night's game was utterly insulting. Never contact me again, or I'll put an end to your pathetic life. If our common acquaintance should ask you about your business endeavors, tell him that boxing is too violent for you. Signed, Frank Cassidy.
Но с другой стороны, этот Васяра все равно ничего не вспомнит по итогу.
My own tracks would be covered the following morning when Cassidy read this note from Farnham.
Dear Mr. Cassidy, though I'm grateful for your kind help, last night's game made me realize that boxing is just too violent for a peaceful Texan like myself. I have decided to invest elsewhere. Yours sincerely, Howard M. Farnham II. Damn Texans.
История прям приняла совсем крутые обороты. И проституция, и наркомания. Какие только ублюдки не попадаются.